Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to TikTok Unboxed. My name is Charlotte. I'm from TikTok's marketing team, and I'll be your host for today. It's really excited to see everyone here. All right, to start with, what is TikTok Unboxed? TikTok Unboxed is the vertical series of TikTok for business. At TikTok Unboxed, we zoom in to one key industry at a time to help you discover actionable insights and business solutions tailored for your industry. And today we'll be focusing on the consumer electronics industry. First up, I would like to invite everyone to meet Sam, our head of monetization for Asia Pacific. Sam wants to send a welcome message to all of you.
I'm here to talk about what 2021 holds for businesses in Southeast Asia. On the one hand, it is important that we acknowledge 2020 was a challenging year for all of us. But on the other, it was one of exceptional cooperation among communities and one that is certainly worth celebrating. As you just saw, the challenges really brought people closer together. Our community inspires creative ways to support each other and brighten our days with hope and joy. And that's exactly what TikTok stands for: inspire creativity and spread joy. This value proposition becomes even more important in today's world, where the essence of community goes beyond the physical to include digital connections. And let's talk about what this means for your business, how it can empower your business goals, and how you can make the best out of it. This is where TikTok Unboxed comes in. A series of webinars designed to help grow your business, regardless of the industry that your business operates within. Food and beverage, consumer packaged goods, computers, communication, consumer electronics, beauty and fashion, e-commerce and retail, ride-hailing, online education, or online finance, or more. We have customized solutions, actionable insights, and creative tips to grow your business. Now let's unpack all of the above together. Welcome to Unboxed and welcome to TikTok.
Just like what Sam said, in the next hour, we'll share with you how to use TikTok to your advantage, ways you can leverage the platform to reach our vast and super engaged community. And here's the agenda we have prepared for you. First, let's acknowledge that tech has been increasingly important in our daily lives. So many of us are still pretty much working from home, entertaining at home, and staying fit at home, right? And in this time of crisis, we saw just how essential tech is in keeping us entertained, operative, and connected with each other. And we've also seen people have been actively seeking out inspirations on TikTok of what tech products to buy. And our TikTok's tech vertical lead, Amanda, will share the insights on TikTok audience and content with you for the first section. She will also share what makes TikTok a game changer for tech brands that want to reach out to audiences at scale and drive sales and build long-term brand love. And moving on, our head of brand strategy, Evgeny, will walk you through how to strategize your success on TikTok. Here you can get not just product and media recommendations, but also great case study analysis. Take a look at what other brands have been leveraging TikTok to unlock business growth. And then we can expect an exciting panel discussion with esteemed guests. We have Brendan, who's the Regional Marketing and Strategy Director from Vivo. We also have Nicholas, who's the General Manager from Philips Domestic Appliances. And we're joined today by Yuki, a TikTok creator with plenty experiences working with tech brands before. And the session will be moderated by Wayne, who heads our brand partnerships at TikTok. All right, shall we get going? Let me pass the time over to Amanda.
Sure. Thank you so much, Charlotte. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amanda, the Regional Vertical Lead for Consumer Electronics. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed our lives entirely. We see that digital transformation has been accelerated and the general usage of technology has increased tremendously. Out of which, we see three main trends, which includes remote working and learning, increased usage of IoT and smart gadgets, and lastly, 5G connectivity and extended reality. According to the Global Market Insights, the consumer electronics market is valued at USD 1 trillion in 2020 and is forecasted to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 8% from now to 2027. Remote working is not new to most of us here. The overall sentiment is that majority of Southeast Asia employees prefer to work remotely or in a very hybrid work arrangement. The study provided by EY showed that employees want company to upgrade at-home hardware with additional monitor and headsets, and to also provide reimbursements for high-speed internet and phone expenses. The study also showed that student and full-time workers have also been using a lot of online education tools to do a lot of self-learning and upskilling during this pandemic period. Next, we also see an increased usage of IoT and smart gadgets. Globally, smart home industry is expected to grow by almost 300% and to be worth USD 3.28 billion by 2027. Across Southeast Asia, top smart home devices include smart TVs, smart speakers, and smart watches. Lastly, we are also seeing huge advancement in 5G and extended reality. 5G has arrived, and with it brings faster and more reliable speeds than ever. This has great implications for both consumer and businesses. Singapore and Thailand are one of the fastest markets to roll out 5G in Southeast Asia. With these advancements in connectivity, it also brings major breakthroughs in extended reality for gaming, shopping, and more. There are three main buckets for the consumer journey, namely inspiration, research, and purchase. The duration for this highly depends on the product category, with the duration increasing when it's a bigger ticket item, such as fridge or TV. 80% of shoppers say they want to move from product inspiration to purchase as quickly as possible, and this is a great opportunity for brands to inspire consumers and shorten the purchase funnel. And this is what TikTok does best, to inspire a lot of impulse purchases. As can be seen above, as compared to other platforms, TikTok is the most effective in driving unplanned and impulse purchases. I believe many of you here have also heard about one of the most famous or popular TikTok hashtag TikTok made me buy it, which is seeing 5.2 billion video views and growing as we speak now. Here's a recent study from Kanta, where TikTok's ad equity ranks first in the industry with authenticity, creativity, and connection. Consumers today want to be entertained, and they find ads on TikTok not just to be fun, entertaining, innovative, but also of high quality as well. So it's time for us to start thinking of TikTok differently. This platform is really exciting and far-reaching implications for your entire media plan because we are complementary and not duplicative. We support your existing channel strategy, creating a halo effect for advertisers on other platforms. In a recent study, agency Whaler independently pursued research with partners Neural Insight and Element Human. The study reviewed three main things. Number one, viewing an ad on TV after viewing a TikTok creator ad increases the memory encoding of the TV ad by 13%. In addition, watching an Instagram influencer content is 43% more memorable if you are already primed to the content via TikTok. Lastly, you are 31% less likely to skip through a YouTube ad if you have first watched a creator ad on TikTok. Overall, due to the full screen, sound on, immersive nature of our platform, research found that TikTok is exceptional at capturing attention and has a really strong priming effect on other media. Now let's look into content, specifically about tech and electronics. Tech and electronics is among the top 10 most viewed content in Asia Pacific, where we are seeing a 200% growth since June 2020 and is growing as we speak today as well. As we already know, many tech brands are on TikTok. Some of the biggest brands would include Apple, Samsung, and Xbox, with billions of views just in APAC alone. TikTok users are also highly interested in the latest software topics and trends. Globally, we have billions of views on software, designer, and Adobe products as well. TikTok users also do show a high demand in purchasing tech products. 19% of TikTok users buy tech products as soon as they're made available, compared to 15% of non-TikTok users. Secondly, TikTok users are also huge fans of tech products, with 51% of TikTok users following the tech trends, compared to 46% of the non-TikTok users. Lastly, TikTok users are 17% more likely than non-TikTok users to purchase an item from the consumer electronics category. Lastly, outside of tech interests as well, TikTok users are also very interested in content such as science, pop culture, music, and more. Therefore, brands can tap into different passion points to engage with their audiences. Now, let me share with you a video highlighting how tech brands uniquely engage their audiences on TikTok.
You don't wanna see me bratty. Pet the kitty, call me caddy. Make your man call me daddy. He talk too much.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. And as you can see, there are lots and lots of tech content on TikTok, and people come to TikTok to learn more about tech. Some of the really popular topics include hashtag tips, unboxing, hashtag tech talk, and software reviews and more. Let me share with you a video from the tips category.
You can finally find the name of a song by humming into your phone. Watch this. What song is this?
Okay, and now let me share with you another video from the unboxing category.
Fine, let's talk like we besties. Focused on the sun, so I don't care if forget. I'm like, ooh, let and see how I live with my crew. Keep it on 10, and you know we don't lose. Only intent on me, and we make moves. Like, ooh, I'm like, ooh.
And another video in the hashtag tech talk category.
Here's how to improve the sound of your board using 3 cheap mods. First will be the case foam. This board actually comes with some poron foam, but I prefer something thicker, which is why I'll be using EVA foam on the bottom case. This is a good combination of both thick and dense foam, so it'll absorb a lot more sound, making the board more muted and talkier. Once we have the EVA foam in place, we can work on the PCB. For this, we'll be using PE foam placed right on top of the PCB. This is a relatively new mod inspired by some keyboards. It gives us a nice poppy and marbly sound. It's important to cut out the section for stabilizers and holes for the center pins of the switches to help the switches go through the foam without damaging the metal pins. Lastly, we'll be doing a tape mod using some masking tape on the bottom of the PCB. This mod adds more pop and volume but keeps the profile deep. I highly suggest you trying out variants of these mods since they're pretty easy to do and the materials are relatively cheap and easy to procure. But if you don't believe me, well...
Yes. So that's for hashtag tech talk. And lastly, I think you have already seen from the GIF image here of the software reviews as well. So all of this different content are some of the top trending ones from the tech category. Apart from that as well, we also do have many creators who are also really happy to share their own tips and tricks from automation, purchases, and even how to DIY their own cloud storage. Let me share with you the very first video on how to automate your business with technology.
Do you think having a small business will take too much of your time? Well, here's one thing that you can do to make your life easier. Automation, which means using technology to perform or execute recurring tasks for your business. Usually, this is done to increase efficiency, minimize costs, and limit errors. And here are some things that you can automate for your business. If you want to know the tools I use to automate my business, comment down below. Bye!
Yes. And let me share with you another creative version of getting tips for purchase decision.
TikTok made me get a new MacBook. Back in October, November, I shared that I upgraded my MacBook, but TikTok users let me know that Apple was coming out with a new M1 chip MacBook a few weeks later, and I should have just waited. So I did the research on my own and made the decision for myself that it was worth the investment to get the brand new one. Here I am using Migration Assistant to easily transfer over all my information. It's all set up and I'm excited to get to work.
And lastly, let me share with you the content from, with some DIY tips on your own cloud storage. Yep. So I hope all this gives you different inspiration from the different top tech content, as well as some of the really interesting creator content as well. So with that, I'll hand over the time to Evgeny, our head of Singapore brand strategy, to share with you more on how to strategize your success on TikTok. Over to you, Ev.
Thank you, Amanda. I'm happy to take you through how to strategize your success on TikTok. TikTok offers full funnel ad solutions, allowing you to reach users at scale, getting actions, and loyalty for your brand. And with these solutions, we enable you to reach the right audience across reservation and auction ads. Different targeting options are available, such as broad targeting, allowing our system to optimize, and interest targeting with tech and electronics, appliances, apps, and games categories. You can also use device targeting or device price options, and more targeting options are also available for you. Like, for example, if you want to be more sophisticated with targeting, fret not, because you can also create relevant audience groups with custom audiences. You can use customer lists, event-based behaviors, lookalike audiences, and retarget from reservation ads. And let's deep dive into each objective. You have a new product launch. Here is how you can drive reach and relevance across the marketing funnel with our ad solutions. And let's start off with awareness objective. Here are some ad solutions you can consider for your product launches, e-commerce shopping events, and brand messaging. First off, hashtag challenge and branded effect. They're effective and unique ways to drive awareness and engagement with your brand. They are part of the content solutions we provide, and they're highly customizable for these special occasions. And we have two case studies here. The first one is from Vivo Thailand, which drove over 11% engagement rate. And the gamified effect promotes the 5G functionality of the phone in a fun way, incorporated with Songkran, which is the water festival in Thailand. So let's watch the first video. As you can see, it's really fun way to promote, but it's not only fun and engaging, it actually drives business results. So the second case study we have is from Samsung Philippines, which drove over 11% purchase intent lift. So let's watch the video. As you can see, it's really engaging. You can also create high impact with Top View, which is our open screen, sound on video placement. Let's look at this example from Huawei.
The Huawei P40 Series 5G with ultra Leica penta camera. Remove the unexpected with a simple tap. Break the boundaries of distance. Then break them again. Capture the best part of every moment.
As you can see, Huawei used the full screen sound on to create very immersive video for their campaign. And next is to drive massive reach with brand takeover. This is our interstitial open screen display ad format, which is great for teasing, reminders, and call to action. And of course, live video. Live video has been growing significantly in Asia, and TikTok offers an opportunity to tap into the age of social commerce. TikTok Live is available in all 6 markets in Southeast Asia, and it's something you can explore in your upcoming campaigns. Step 2 is consideration. You can drive consideration with TikTok ad solutions using video views, traffic, engagement, and lead ads objectives. So let's unbox these solutions. First off, inspire, inform, and entertain fans with your latest products by maximizing views of your ads from audiences most likely to watch them. Let's watch this quick example from HP. It's such a fun video. Next is traffic. Get people to think about your business, see more information with traffic objective. And you can drive plenty of eyeballs to your brand's website and utilize different bidding strategies depending on your preferences. And as you know, TikTok users are highly engaged, leaned in audience, and you can tap into that with the engagement objective by increasing followers and profile visits. Grow your relationship with users on TikTok and turn them into future customers. Lastly, for this section, use lead ads to allow users to register interest in products and B2B services with instant form submissions. This is self-serve, easy to use, and customizable ad format. Finally, step 3 is to drive users to take valuable actions on your website using conversion objective. You can optimize towards an event and use retargeting to drive more conversions from interested audiences. Let's watch an ad from Samsung that drives conversion for their Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G.
Danville's area.
As you can see, users can browse through different products and choose the right one that they want, jump on the website, and complete the purchase and order straight away. And speaking about such key moments in tech, I'll share with you the recommended media plans for each scenario you see here. It ranges from upper funnel awareness generation moments, such as new launch and tentpole events, to lower funnel sales-driven occasions. And with this approach, you see, we're looking at the following key objectives. Owning 100% share of voice across TikTok to promote your new product. Drive user engagement and participation with hashtag challenge and branded effect. So for phase one, we're looking to drive awareness and excitement among your audience by launching a top view and brand takeover. Second, for phase two, you can launch a hashtag challenge, which will be featured during multiple days on our discovery page. And also encourage product discovery and increase dwell time with your brand by launching a branded effect simultaneously. For phase three, in white, you can reinforce consideration among your engaged users. You can target users exposed to that top view from the first phase or participants from the second phase of the hashtag challenge. And you can use in-feed auction with reach or video views objectives for this phase. And finally, conversion. Convert your audience into customers using in-feed auction with traffic or deep conversion objectives. And with this, I'll pass it over to Wang, who will moderate our panel discussion today. So over to you, Wang.
Hello, thanks Evgeny for such a wonderful session, and thank you to you and Amanda for sharing such wonderful insights into the platform. Now, we have a really exciting panel for all of you, and hope everyone is pumped up for the panel. And just to share a bit of a phenomenal lineup for you, we've got two marketers and a creator, and we're going to have a fantastic conversation. So my name is Weng, and I look after brand partnerships. But first up, we have Brendan Lim, Regional Director, Marketing and Strategy, Vivo. Say hello, Brendan.
Hi guys, Brendan here. I'm here. Well, happy to be here today with you guys. I'm here on behalf of Vivo.
Thanks for joining us. Next up, Nicholas D, General Manager, Philips Domestic Appliances, APAC. Thanks, Nicholas, or should I call you Nick? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks for having us, and looking forward to the session. Great so far.
Thank you. And finally, last but not least, we have a creator in our mix, Yuki Dance, a lifestyle tech creator. She's a college student, part-time social media content creator, and also a dance instructor. She also does marketing in a company as well. I think she might be a little bit more employed than some of us put together. So welcome, Yuki. Thanks for joining us.
And thanks for having me.
Okay, so for today, I will be asking just 4 questions. Some are more relevant for our marketers and some with a little bit of a tweak for Yuki. So let's kick off today with some questions around challenges and opportunities. Okay, first off, to our brand marketers, what are your key challenges that your brand faces when it comes to marketing on social media platforms? So let's go to Nicholas first.
Sure. I mean, in general, we all know, organic reach is the big challenge that we have these days. It's decreasing, cost of paid reach is going up. So I think, like many companies, many organizations now, it's about how do you reach the consumer? How do you find the consumer? How do you manage also your efficiencies, your return on investment? I think this is the top priority that we all have in terms of managing the funnel. I think the other challenge we have is around demographics of users. So how do we make sure that we've got the right content for the demographic? And that's an ongoing challenge, I would say, in building and maintaining connections with our customers.
Yes, thanks, Nick. Fantastic points, right? I think on the specific area, organic reach, I guess this is where TikTok works differently, but to your advantage, where content is built on the content graph to help with the discovery. So media boosting can definitely help amplify it. But I hear you, when you talk about the restrictions and building the right content for the right demographics, and things like that. So thanks, Nick, for sharing so candidly. We'd love to hear from the Vivo lens now. Over to you, Brendan.
Thanks, Weng. And I have to start by echoing what Nick has said. We share the same challenge, right? I will always look at my social media as part of the role of my bigger media campaign and what do we have to solve as a brand, right? For me, two big challenges. Number one, how do I stay on top of mind or be differentiated in an ever noisy and competitive market? Because just face it, the tech industry is getting more and more commoditized and noisy. right? I think there's a saying they say that consumer these days have a attention span shorter than a goldfish, which is lesser than 3 seconds. Number two, for us to be able to maximize the lifetime value of the consumer, we need to be able to penetrate the younger crowd, right? The youth. So the better brand share we have among the younger crowd, the stronger the brand will be over the lifetime, right? So for me, it's really two things. How do I be differentiated and stay top of mind? Number two, how do I win with the young people? And these two challenges continue to be the challenge that I continue to have to solve today.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. I'd like to double click into that a little bit more, especially on your point on staying relevant to the right audiences, right? So you mentioned TikTok's audience being the younger. So I think the team has sort of shared that across the Gen Z and millennials, that will be the core of our audiences. So what's your best advice, for this challenge that you're facing, without giving away too many secrets and secret sauce and all that? But what's your best advice?
Well, really, I'll be honest, I was a bit skeptical before I get into TikTok because I'm on the older generation, right? So I guess my best advice for any brand marketer out there is that forget what you have learned in the old school. Just absorb what the platform is really, because sometimes I don't really understand millennial, but it just works, right? I see Yuki nodding her head. I guess keeping an open mind, be fresh. And personally, within my team, we actually treat TikTok as a complementary platform for us to learn and experience. So I really like the word that Amanda used just now, complementary. I personally find TikTok complements well in my media plan to target or penetrate the younger crowd effectively.
Got it. Thanks for being very candid. So I want to tweak this a little bit for Yuki. So as a creator, what social platforms have you kind of been a part of, and why did you choose TikTok eventually to be a core platform for you?
Okay, so I actually started with Instagram first. Instagram was like the top social media platform last time. I used to post pictures more on the app. So like when a brand approached me, it's more towards picture posting. And sadly, I don't get to do much on the content direction because, it's just picture and everything's like very still and static. It's only after TikTok started to become like popular, like last year actually, a lot of brands and like clients then started to venture into like more short form videos, like the following the trends and challenge. Like the videos are around like 15 to 30 seconds only. And I actually can say that I was one of the first few batch of users that joined TikTok when it has just launched. I saw how the app kept evolving and like improved throughout the years. The types of audiences and the type of content on the app is just so different from last time. And now TikTok seriously is like a whole different level. And if you want something unpredictable, TikTok can make it happen. Like I'm serious. It can the app is so unpredictable. And this is because why? There's a lot of, I think it's the younger generation, I can say, like a lot of creative users creating contents daily. They are just so like out of ordinary. And the amazing part is you usually won't get to see all this type of contents on other social media platforms. Okay, if you see like this type of videos on IG or FB or Twitter or YouTube, usually it's all the like other users that repost the video from TikTok. So it's actually the original, everything is from TikTok, and that's the amazing part. And yeah, that's what I really want people to know about TikTok. The app is not just about posting videos and that's it. It's like a great platform for potential growth and to explore like new stuff from each other, especially from the younger generation. They are so creative right now. And yeah, this not only applies to creators only, it also can apply to all the businesses as well.
Yeah. Thanks, Yuki. I think you landed some very specific points here, and you talk about TikTok with so much passion and vigor that I think I need to amp up my energy levels a little bit. So thank you, Yuki, for that. But I like your point about authenticity, right? You can get on the platform and you can start shooting and you can get content out onto the platform so easily. That whole TikTok voice and everything is inherently different again from other platforms. So thanks for being a part of this journey with us. Okay, it's a nice little segue into me asking this question to both our brand leaders on the panel. Why did you or your brand choose to come on board TikTok? So it's kind of echoing back on this whole whether TikTok can help you solve your challenges or not, right? This time around, let me go to Brendan first.
Well, I kept telling my team that TikTok, as of today, has grown big enough not to be overlooked. And it has to have a role in the media plan, right? Because I remember observing TikTok starting from zero to as of this today. I think the penetration has gone, like in most countries, has gone beyond 50%. I think some countries have gone about 60%. And I think the differentiation of those penetration is really, they are very valuable young people penetration. If you double click into that, the penetration of TikTok among the younger crowd, I think it's really on par with the big players out there, right? So number one, I think it will be arrogant to dismiss TikTok as of today. I think it has a role. Whether it's a role, a complementary role, a fun to play role, it's up to the rest. It's up to the brand marketer to decide. Number two is really I see value in reaching younger crowd via the platform. As I said, winning among young people is a key strategy for the brand, and I see this being effective and valuable touch point to do so.
Right. So again, love your point on future consumers of your brand, right? So I think that kind of helps with the whole diversification of your audience and reach and having specific, I guess, purposes of using a particular platform for your objectives. The future consumer of Vivo, I kind of like that. Okay, over to you, Nick. I would love to hear a little bit from the Philips lens.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm like Brandon. I'm from the older generation, you know. So, and I was.
Come on, guys! You guys, we're all young at heart, okay? So
absolutely. I was laughing when Yuki was talking about how TikTok content gets shared actually on other platforms. Because me, as kind of Gen X, I first became familiar with TikTok by sharing on WhatsApp. So you would get lots of content from TikTok being shared onto WhatsApp and WhatsApp groups that I was on. And I think, when you think about TikTok as a channel, and I agree with Brandon, let's see how it develops, but it's really authentic. It's real people having fun, enjoying themselves, maybe being a bit silly. No one takes themselves too seriously. And as someone, who checks content, looks through it, we have this goldfish effect. You want to have new content refreshed constantly. TikTok is amazing for that. It's one interesting sound bite after another. And I think from that perspective, as we look to engage that younger consumer, where they are demanding of content, but they want content that's authentic. They don't want stuff that's prepackaged. The whole Instagram effect, which is like, has to be perfect, right lighting, the right angle, the right this and this. I think people are past that. And I think TikTok, from that perspective, offers us a real opportunity to be real. I think consumers love that.
Yeah, so we kind of think of TikTok sometimes as the fancy glossy magazine will be an Instagram, and we are kind of like the behind the scenes, the stuff that you watch. So we always have this saying that people don't check TikTok, they kind of watch TikTok. So just as a form of entertainment. So thanks for your points, Nick. Very, very, very applicable for a lot of the challenges that brands are facing. All right, so let's kind of segue a little bit into the audience. We've kind of reached almost our last couple of questions, so we're getting through this pretty quickly. So to the brand marketers in the panel, which TikTok campaign are you most proud of? And if you could share a little bit of highlights about it, that would be very appreciated. So we'll come back to Nick, because you just finished talking, but we'll come back to you right now. Maybe for you to share first.
Yeah, sure. I mean, actually a real business success very recently here this year, where we really went big on air fryer this year in Indonesia. And was okay at the beginning, but not really meeting our expectations. And then the team said, let's try something different. Let's go with TikTok, and we launched a campaign there. Amazing engagement, immediately, 50,000 views, followers, a lot of activity, a lot of resharing around that. Just normal people cooking with the product, cooking great Indonesian food. and that, you know, just relaunched the whole business. So, you know, it's not, you know, an abstract concept of, you know, awareness, preference, conversion. You know, that is really happening in the TikTok funnel real time. You know, so it's an extremely powerful tool.
Yeah, so I remember this campaign. It was the Blender Juara campaign, right? So Juara for the audience means champion. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a champion of blenders, right? Come on. Come on. So thanks, Nick. I think the
and air
engagement...
fryer master as well, you know,
exactly, for both.
Fryer,
yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of brings that whole notion of the platform and the content that you make, and you bring a appliance which is obviously part of the home, but bringing that to the TikTok audience to kind of make it pop. I think that was one of the reasons why it kind of flew the way it did, right? So I think the engagement across the brand effects was easy to allow that participation, and yeah, exactly. So wonderful campaign. Thanks for sharing. Over to you, Brandon.
Well, before I start, I would say, Nick, I love your product, the amazing air fryers. Well, I think Eve mentioned the Thailand campaign. Well, the team actually pivoted or experimented with a couple of campaigns across Southeast Asia. One of those were the Thailand one that was being case studied just now. If I have to pick another one, it will probably be the Valentine campaign from the Philippine teams. A little bit of background to that. So we had a product launch in conjunction of Valentine's Day in the Philippines, right? So the challenge was, how do we make this stand out? How do we make this fun and tie that into the Valentine's festive? We went to TikTok. We told them we didn't have much money, but let's do something clutter breaking. I think that we came up with a very fun audio visual sticker campaign, and we bring all the kiosks on board. We bring the contest on board. I really love the campaign because it's actually very authentic. It speaks to the consumers or the users in a very festive manner. You know, I tie the product into the love and the Valentine's atmospheres. As a result of that, number one, we did deliver the target for the campaign. Number two, it was shocking to me to see that 65% of the consumer who went to the store offline knew of the campaign, or they actually got off the awareness from the campaign. Right, I expected lower, to be honest. As a result of that, we're actually working with the local team or the TikTok team to see if we can do the full funnel marketing on our next campaign. Not going to review so much, but we are probably going to try to see if we can do awareness, consideration, and selling in the platform itself in our next couple of campaigns.
Got it. Thanks, Brendan. So I think, again, thanks again for sharing very candidly. I'm actually immensely proud of some of these collaborations that we're partnered on. Again, the numbers are just one side of it. But, you know, as we talked about campaigns and engagement, this is, again, a nice, perfect segue into Yuki on what actually makes tech content pop on TikTok. So maybe pop's not such a Gen Z terminology anymore, so don't laugh at me. So to creator for Yuki, how would you make tech content TikTok work better and keep it exciting to your audiences to keep them interested and engaged?
Okay, so I have to agree, like, you know, tech content, it can be hard sometimes because like it's all just information, and you know, when you see like a lot of wording in a video on TikTok, users on TikTok, they usually will scroll away like pretty fast, like super fast. They just swipe away, then the video is gone. So like on TikTok, right, you can't be too hard sell, you see, because it doesn't work that way. It's not Instagram, it's not Facebook, it's not Twitter, okay? So the best way to engage with your audience is through trends and, you know, something more lifestyle, you know, like let your audience relate to you more, you know. And firstly, I worked with a brand, Huawei, before for a branded content. Well, they're really nice, you know. They didn't restrict me and gave me like full on space to create the content based on my creativity. So what I did was I used trending music because that's one of the key points to easily, like, you know, capture the audience attention, you know. So they were like, oh, stop, oh, I know this song, okay, I'll stop and just watch for a while. And then after that, I applied like those, like, you know, famous like TikTok transitions, you know, like those cool creative transitions. and also like those transformation before and after, creating like a wow factor there. And also because I'm a dancer, that I put in my my dancing inside, like I hold the phone and dance towards it. And then yeah, so this is how like I keep my audience like wanting to watch towards the end, and this is what I want a lot of like my the brands out there and the client to know, that you need to remember that watch time is very important on TikTok. You need to make sure your audience stay and watch your video. You need to keep them busy and like make them want to like know more. Okay, what's next? What's next? That's the key point, So yeah, that's the strategy on how to capture the audience attention for me lah, as a creator.
Thanks, Yuki. I like the point about using that lifestyle angle and really taking that tech product, with the consumer electronics product, right, and putting it into your style. So your take on it is what keeps the people watching your content. So I think that's a very important point. I don't know, maybe some potential collaborations here between Yuki and Philips and Vivo, perhaps. This is what we do, right? We set up connections, human connections. I'd like to stay with Yuki for the next question, and it will be the last question for today. So special question for Yuki first, all right? So from your point of view, what makes the TikTok community and content type so different and unique? And I guess, what are the challenges and opportunities for brands and marketers, and what do they need to know?
Okay, so honestly, right? Okay, to be honest, like each social media platform has its own like unique part. It's like Instagram is towards quality pictures. YouTube is focusing more on like longer duration videos, and but I can say that right now TikTok is really conquering the whole market. It's like, the app is like a new trendsetter. Every day you can see like new trends or challenges popping out, and literally like everyone is so quick to jump onto it. Like, oh, the trend is out, and then like few minutes later you can see like, oh, so many videos already. And then I think this is because a lot of younger generations are on the app, and then they are more expressive, and like they have quick response, I can say. And all the challenges of trends that you see on social media platform, like what I say just now, mostly are all actually started from like TikTok. And that's why if you want like have a head start, I really think that TikTok is a great place for you to like start a challenge or a trend, And but if you want to venture into TikTok, brands need to understand that like you can't be too hard sell, like what I say just now. That's the challenging part, like, because I know you want to like push all the information out, you want to show what you got to the audience, but really TikTok, you have to be lifestyle a bit more, yeah. And then, but the best part of TikTok is you don't need to have like high quality videos or images or too professional content. The key is to let your audience relate to your brand, create a more lifestyle content, and that's the best way to engage your audience.
Yeah. Again, I like that point about trends starting on TikTok, right? So I guess generally when it comes to thinking whether you want to use TikTok as a platform to kickstart something or monitor the trends and jump onto a particular trend, it can definitely help bring that lifestyle element into whatever messaging comms that you're trying to do. So thanks, Yuki, for sharing very candidly from your lens. Okay, so let's kick it up a gear to hear from our brand marketers. Nice way to kind of finish off the day. So what 3 bite-size in the nature of the platform, 3 bite-sized pieces of advice would you give to the audience? Let's start with Brandon first.
Well, I suppose most of our audiences today are brand marketers, right? So I'm just going to share my own experience. If you do not understand the platform, does not mean the young people dismissed it. If you do not understand the platform, download it, try it for a week. Number 2, keep a very open mind. You don't have to put all your money in. Start with 5%, 10%, then 50%. Find the right niche for the platform in your media plan. Because I generally believe there's a reason why the platform has grew exponentially, right, over the last 2 years. Because people must have seen something on the platform. And I always tell myself, I might not know it, I might not appreciate it, but it's fine. My young crowd love it, I'm going to try it. So I guess keyword is experiment, try it. Nothing to fail.
Thanks, Brandon. Nick?
Yeah, I mean, finishing or starting where Brandon finished, nothing to fail. I think that would be the first thing I would say, so you want a bite size, 3 bite size, right? So let's go with an acronym, 3 letters, T for try. Just try it. Try the new ideas. I think, like Brandon says, you don't need to invest the mortgage, just put some money in there and start to see what happens. And it won't be perfect, but you'll learn, you'll improve, and you'll gain valuable experience from that. I think that's really the right mindset. Second one is R. So R for real, be real, authentic. Consumers are looking for this. They're tired of plastic perfect, we're not like that. They know that the world's not like that, and they like to engage with real people who have great stories to tell. Last one is C, so TRC, try, real, and care. Care about your consumers as well. Give them stuff which is useful, helpful, how they're going to use the product. They will engage with you and they will appreciate it, and they will see it as being genuinely real and valuable also to them. So TRC.
TRC, that's a great one, actually. I might try to lend that a bit from time to time, if you don't mind, Nick. We have unfortunately come to the end of our very engaging panel today. So again, before we head off, I just want to summarize some very key takeaways. I hope I covered it sufficiently. So now we've hit a space of more of how to do TikTok rather than what is TikTok. So I think understanding the platform and audiences, being willing to try, experiment, test, as what Nick said, you don't need to put your house mortgage on it, right? So test it out, try it out, go down the funnel from upper to lower funnel, find those ways of connecting with your consumers, test and learn, or what I like to say, scale and learn across TikTok's full funnel of marketing solutions, from awareness to consideration to purchase. Be authentic with your content, care for them in these trying times, teach them something so they can learn on TikTok. And as clearly pointed out by Yuki, think of TikTok as a trendsetter. So what you build and make on TikTok, be there first, and build something that is trend-worthy on TikTok, right? I think that will be the focus on the content that you create. Focus on a voice that resonates with the audience there, and find a way to get the platform audience to collaborate and co-create with your brand. I think anything at the end of the day, that's what really matters to all of us here. So I want to say thank you to all of our panelists, Brandon, Nick, and Yuki, for sharing so much gold today, right? For the audience in the room. Thanks again for being a part of this, and stay safe, and speak to you guys soon. I'll hand it back to Charlotte to kind of end off the day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for the summary, Wei. And a truly a big thank you to Brandon, Nick, and Yuki. Amazing sharings from all of you. If I learned a lot of tips and advice, I'm pretty sure our audience have benefited a lot as well. Thanks a lot for joining us today. All right, with that, we will be reaching the end of the session. Let me do a quick recap of what we have covered today. So if you're gonna remember 3 key bullet points, let me help you recap on that. Well, the first one is, while tech content can be seen on every platform, there hasn't really been a unified platform where it can culturally come to life in the everyday life at scale. And that's what TikTok brings to the table. A massively large community that brings their authentic self to the platform each and every single day. And they turn TikTok as their go-to destination for tech content. And if you recall, we've seen a 200% explosion of tech content consumption. And the second point is nowadays, digital ads are sometimes perceived as boring or intrusive. Well, things are a little bit different on TikTok. Why is that, sir? Because content here celebrates joy, and that joy makes people feel good and feel positive towards brand messages as well. That's why TikTok ranks #1 globally in ad equity. What does it mean? It means consumers like the brand messages on TikTok. It means brand messages are best perceived as most fun and engaging here on TikTok, right? And the last one is make good use of the power of TikTok. Leverage our full funnel solutions to help you unlock every single step of your customer's purchase journey and to shorten the marketing funnel and inspire on-plan purchase. Right, with that, here we move on to the next steps. First of all is, as was Brandon suggests just now, download the app, try it out, search for these hashtag challenges, and experience the great content that people celebrate tech on TikTok. Feel how that is, right? And with that, you're going to move on to check out the case studies and our resource hub and sort. Here we have listed out 2 slides on on the suggestions of next steps to if you're new to TikTok or if you're our existing clients. Do check it out. And one thing I want to highlight is we can always refer back to the 2 slides where Evgeny presented just now. Here are our suggested media frameworks for folks, for tech brands to make the best use of TikTok. If you're our existing clients, do reach out. We have a few other frameworks to help you even unlock the potential of TikTok further. Right, with that, we're wrapping up today's webinar. I hope you had a great time and have uncovered some new insights and useful strategies. Worry not, we will share the presentation deck as well as the recording on demand in our post-event email, so do stay tuned. Thanks again for joining us. We really had a great pleasure hosting all of you, and we cannot wait to see your brand achieving strong business results on TikTok. Have a great afternoon